My name is Elias Thorne. I am 48 years old.
And for the last 20 years, 7,304 days, I have been inside this room. I haven't felt rain. I haven't heard a dog bark, except through the ceiling. I haven't seen the sky.
If you're watching this, it means the internet connection they gave me finally stopped filtering my uploads. Or maybe the person keeping me here is dead. I don't know. But I need to tell you who I was, because I'm forgetting.
Every day, I forget a little more of the world I left behind in 2006. I remember Blockbuster Video. I remember using a Motorola Razr.
I remember when The Departed was in theaters. That's where the world stopped for me.
You probably think I'm crazy, or a prisoner, or a criminal.
Maybe I am. But not in the way you think.
To understand why I'm in this box, you have to understand where I came from. I was born in 1978, Muncie, Indiana.
My dad worked at the transmission plant. Hands like baseball mitts, permanently stained with grease. My mother worked double shifts at a diner on the highway. I watched them both slowly fade.
I swear I wouldn't be them. I studied late. I read by flashlight so my dad wouldn't yell about the electric bill.
I got the grades. I got the scholarship to UPenn. I was the golden boy of Muncie.
The day I left, my mom handed me cookies and $20 she had saved for months. She told me not to look back, and I didn't. I moved to New York City in 2000. The millennium. The energy felt electric. I got a job in data analytics. Bought my first real suit. I looked in the mirror and thought, you won.
That's where I met Sarah. She was sunlight. I spilled a latte on her sketchbook. That's how it started.
We got married in 2003, small apartment in Queens. Those were the best 3 years of my life.
By 2005, the firm got aggressive. My boss told me I was too careful. If I wanted the corner office, I had to take risks.
I started missing dinners, missing dates. I thought I was building a future, but I was just digging a hole.
November 14th, 2006.
We closed the deal. Champagne was popping in the office.
I called Sarah, told her we were rich. She said, just come home safe, Eli. I should have taken a cab, but I wanted to drive my trophy home.
I looked down for 1 second. When I looked up, there was a shadow in the headlights. I slammed the brakes. There was a thud. And then, silence. There was a body. He wasn't moving. I checked for a pulse. There was nothing. I looked around. No witnesses. Just the rain washing everything away.
My phone rang. It was Vane. I told him I hit someone. I think he's dead.
A black SUV showed up. 2 men got out. They didn't ask questions. They just put him in the trunk.
They handed me new keys, an address, told me to go there and wait.
I sat in that room and waited. Vane came the next morning.
Vane said the man I hit was a judge's son. If it got out, I'd never see freedom again.
He told me he could protect me, but I had to disappear. I signed the paper.
For the first year, he came once a month. Then he stopped coming inside. Supplies just appeared at the door. I created a routine. I exercised. I read the same books over and over. I stopped asking when I could leave.
I missed her so much it felt physical. I imagined conversations with her. I hoped she was happy. Time gives you space to think. I started replaying that night, frame by frame.
Something didn't make sense. His coat wasn't wet, and there was no damage on the hood.
3 days ago, the firewall dropped. For 20 minutes, I had the real internet.
There was nothing. No article. No report. No record of a dead judge's son.
Then I searched my name. I found an obituary. I died in 2006.
Sarah wrote that I died in a car accident. They never found the body. She believed I was gone. 2 days before the crash, I opened a file called Offshore Routing. Billions in laundered money. And Vane's name was on it.
I was the only one who had access to that drive. He knew I saw it.
The accident wasn't an accident. It was staged.
He made me believe I was a killer, so I would lock myself away.
He staged my death. He stole my wife. He stole 20 years of sun. I've spent 20 years serving time for a crime I didn't commit.
I made one mistake. Not the crash, not the fear, not even signing that paper. The mistake was trusting a man who signed my paycheck. For 20 years, I believed I was a monster. I believed I had taken a life. I punished myself for it. I accepted the cage. I told myself I deserved it. That's how powerful guilt is. It doesn't need bars. It builds its own prison. But the truth is simple. I was never the criminal. I was the liability. I saw something I wasn't supposed to see. And instead of silencing me with a bullet, he silenced me with fear. It was cleaner, more elegant. He didn't lock the door. I locked it myself. He didn't chain me. I chained my own conscience. That's the part that keeps me awake. Not the lie, the obedience. I obeyed. I disappeared quietly. I thanked him for protecting me. Do you understand how sick that is? For 20 years, I defended the man who erased me, while he kept climbing, while he kept making money, while Sarah mourned a husband who wasn't dead. I used to think prison was steel and concrete. Now I know it's suggestion, it's narrative, it's control. Tell a man he's guilty long enough, and he'll build the cell for you. I replay that night again and again. The rain, the shadow, the thud. And now I see it clearly. There was no accident. There was a setup. There was timing. There was orchestration. There was planning. He knew exactly where I'd be. He knew I'd drive. He knew I'd panic. And he knew I'd choose survival over truth. That was his calculation. And he was right. For 20 years. But something changes when you realize you have nothing left to lose. They already buried me. There's a grave with my name on it. There's a widow who thinks I drowned. There's a world that moved on without me. So what are they going to take now? My freedom? I never had it. My reputation? It's already gone. My life? They declared it over in 2006. That's the irony. You can't threaten a ghost. And I've been a ghost for a long time. I used to count the days. 7,304. Then I stopped counting. Because numbers only matter when you believe you're going back. I'm not waiting anymore. I wasted 20 years being afraid of a lie. Fear is powerful, but clarity is stronger. And clarity is loud. It doesn't whisper. It doesn't negotiate. It doesn't beg. It moves. I don't know what's upstairs right now. Maybe nothing. Maybe everything. Maybe he forgot about me. Maybe he thinks I'm still grateful. Maybe he thinks I'm still scared. He's wrong. I was scared of prison. I was scared of headlines. I was scared of shame. But I'm not scared of truth. Truth doesn't cage you. Truth frees you, even if it burns everything down. If you're watching this, if this upload survives, find Sarah Thorne. Tell her I didn't leave. Tell her I didn't choose ambition over love. Tell her I was tricked. Tell her I fought too late, but I fought. In vain? If you're watching this, you should have killed me. Because the version of me that believed you is dead, and the one that's left is not afraid anymore. I got the hinge off this morning. The door is weaker than I thought. Funny how that works. Things look stronger when you're scared of them. They aren't. Not really. I haven't seen the sun since 2006, but I remember what it feels like, and I think it's time I felt it again.